On the stitched up shadowy sky, on the stitched up shadowy sky, on the stitched up of the shadowy sky, on the stitched up, the very stitched up of this shadow night sky, on the very stitched up, the very stitched up of the shadow night sky, on the very stitched up, the very stitched up of the shadow night sky, and the very stitched up. You might stay stitched for too long tonight in the shadow night sky, because I'm the very stitched up of the shadow night sky, I'm the very stitched up of the shadow night sky, I'm the very stitched up of the shadow night sky, I'm the very stitched up of the shadow night sky, and the very stitched up of the shadow night sky, and the very stitched up of the shadow night sky, and the very stitched up of the shadow night sky, and the stitched up of the shadow night sky, stitched up of the shadow night sky, and the stitched up of the shadow night sky, and the stitched up, untold stitched up of the shadow night sky, and the untold stitched up of the shadow night sky, and the untold stitched up of the shadow night sky.